The news is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, NV Salon Spa Nail and Barbershop, the Wellness Center, Medical and Behavioral Health Clinics, Ticely Cross Deliciously Smooth Cider, HOV Medical and Digicel, simply more speed, reliability and entertainment. Brightshawn Walters lost his right leg at the age of 16 years following a motorcycle accident on April 18, 2021. Life as he once knew it has not been the same. Today, while he is in all smiles, there are several surgical procedures he has to undergo, and he has admitted to have learned a lesson the hard way. What is the biggest thing you would have learned from this entire experience?
Don't go back and bike.
Why not?
They finish, make.
According to his mother, Felicia September, this incident has left her family with expenses amounting to over $1 million. She is being helped, but had this to say.
Personally, as a mother of this incident, it is rough, but as Rita said, today for me, tomorrow for you. We don't know what's going to happen to none of our kids, no family member, no friends, nothing. So don't turn your back on somebody, even though you don't know them, or you talked to them before, they didn't listen. He didn't listen because we talked to him about the bike. But it happened. I wouldn't turn my back on my son. I will be there for him, for anybody that it happened to. But for them to listen, they need to listen and look at what's going on around them. It is not a joke. It is very serious. Today you have $2,000. Tomorrow you got to find $2 million because of not listening. We got to work together as one. Helmet sometimes don't even save your life. It's the way they're riding is what causes some of the accidents to be so painful. I beg everybody, please, take the time with the bikes. We have to go back to Miami right now to take the tubes out of his sides. We have feeding tubes and a bile tube. And we have to go forward for a prosthetic leg. Still have to do another surgery, but we're doing it step by step as we go. We have a big bill in Miami right now for more than $500,000 for him.
It is with this heart that the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, through its community policing arm and the Safe Haven Transitional Center, have collaborated to help this young man who is now 18 years old.
We are here at the Safe Haven Transitional Center with the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force representatives and a recipient of our With Love, Ride Safely and Wear a Helmet. So the Safe Haven Transitional Center, in collaboration with the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, the BVI Community Policing Unit, decided to do an initiative because we realized that a lot of the young men in our community were, a concerning amount of young men in our community were riding their scooters and getting into accidents, and some of them died. And we realized that this was taking a toll on the community. When you look at persons who were probably involved in these accidents, some of them could develop things like prolonged grief, post-traumatic stress disorder. And in addition to that, we know that our youth are a vulnerable community, so we wanted a vulnerable population. So we wanted to just do something that we thought would reach the hearts of the BVI community. So we decided to do this in the month of February. We know it's Love Month. We just celebrated Valentine's. And so this is where all of this came about, really.
One of the new principle or one of our new orders of police force, we are putting people first. And while it is that we are enforcing the law, we have to show some bit of compassion to persons in need and persons who may have suffered. Of course, Mr. Walter is a prime example as a young person who we can impact in a positive way to show him or to show other young persons in the community that we as a police force, we're not only here to enforce the law, but we're here because we are concerned.
Just to add a little bit, when Officer John came up with the initiative about raising the fund, I thought myself and Officer Baptiste thought it was exciting. We would go across the side of the road and we would stop vehicles. And most of the time when we stop vehicles, they're like, what the police want now? So we have to change their mind and tell them it's not a bad, it's not for no ticket, it's just something that we're trying to raise some fund. And when they hear about this what we're raising the fund for, they was very passionate. And we want to say, thanks to the general public, especially in East End, who support us and never give us a hassle in raising the funds. And also with the bike riders, sometime in maybe next month, I'm going to have a bike drive with the safety of riding bikes, how to ride bikes and things. So I'll probably invite Mr. Walter so he could speak to the riders and explain to them, how we feel about when he got an accident and stuff like that. So that's basically it.
I'm Pam Trevilian, I'm the Assistant Commissioner of Police here, and obviously I'm new to the island. Some of the riding standards are really quite low, and the impact on individuals, their families, the community is immeasurable. And I'd like to just say thanks to Jackie Tom and leadership and PC John for the work they've done in collaboration, because we can only solve these things through partnership and through changing culture and collaboration with the community. We can enforce, but it's not about enforcement, it's about learning, education and making people change their own behaviours. We don't want young people to be suffering and families to be suffering in the future. So hopefully initiatives like this will help to put the message out there that we're not just about enforcement. As we say, we care, it's about empathy, it's about sympathising with people, but we want people to keep themselves safe for them and their families.
On behalf of Commissioner Matt Collins, we want to take this opportunity to thank Inspector Jackie Tom and her team, and also Safe Haven for this great initiative. As Pam rightfully said, the word empathy stood out. It goes beyond $1 million. And as a law enforcement organization, we are more than just enforcing. We are also part of a team that empathizes with people who are in need. One thing that stood out for me this morning is this happened right on the heels of us as an organization, where we have placed community policing at the forefront of the organization. And community policing can go way beyond. There's a lot of work still to be done in our strategy going forward. We commend Ms. Tom highly and her team. They go over and beyond. So Ms. Walters and our lovely son, Mr. Walters, we are grateful to be a part of this initiative, and we look forward for greater initiative going forward, doing more for the community, as community policing is our passion.
This presentation of a $5,000 check took place on February 28, 2023 at the Safe Haven Transitional Center, Tortola, when officers made this plug.
Okay, so in regards to the bikers, one, it's important to wear helmets. That's part of our law. The helmet will protect your head from injuries. Further to that, you have to adhere to the rules of the road. You have to be very cautious when you're riding the bikes, and also respect for other motorists. It's one thing for you to be able to maneuver better for traffic, but you have to consider the vehicle next to you, the vehicle in front of you, and all of these things. You also have to protect your own self. One of the things that's always said, you have to drive for you and the other person. Same thing goes for the motorcyclist. Of course, ensure that you respect the rules of the road. If it is that you see a danger, don't just put yourself in it. Of course, try to avoid it. And most importantly, get your bike's license, get your bikes insured, get your driver's license. All of these things will help you in case, God forbid, there's an accident. You will be on the right way, you will be on the right path, and it will be better for you to get any assistance for insurance or anything. But in the meantime, you have to adhere to the laws. Okay? Always try your best to adhere to the laws. And if it is that you as a parent especially, if you know your child or a young person drives without a license, drive without the motorcycle being insured, speak to them. You have to take authority, whether it is to confiscate that key, whether it is you could even report it. If you report it, we can handle it in such a way that you as a parent come to us for help. And of course, we would anyway, as community officers, that we can help to give you that information as to how you can insure the bikes and license it, then we'll go ahead and assist. And speaking of which, we actually went to Elmore Stout High School as well, where we gave out the helmets, and we had donors like De Castro, Markin, Mr. and Mrs. Stevens, Full Throttle Bike Shop. So all of these persons in our community are concerned. They want to see good in our community. They really do enjoy it. One particular lady I will not forget always tell me about the bike noise. And when we were doing this fundraising, she gave a lot. And I asked her why. She says she not that she don't like the bikes. She wants young persons to understand to adhere to the laws. She's an elder lady. The noise of the bike affects her. So while it is that you're riding through the community, consider your neighbor, consider the elders. A bike is a vehicle, but do it the right way. Do not put this loud noise. Adhere to the laws of the Virgin Islands so that we could all live peacefully within the territory, of course.
Young Walters has expressed his gratitude to everyone that has shown him compassion.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.